Hello everyone, it is Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. Super excited to be doing this virtual card class. We're going to be using a stamp set that I absolutely love. I just think this is just such a fabulous stamp set. This is a stamp set that is very good for letting people know that you are thinking about them, that you're praying for them, that maybe that they're just on your heart. So I'm really excited to share this. When you're on, please leave a comment. Let me know where you're from. Please like and share my video. I really appreciate it. We are going to make 4 really beautiful cards. We're just going to hang out here for a second. I just want to pull this up on my phone so that I can see your comments, because for some reason with Facebook's new thing, I don't know what they did, but I cannot see comments on my computer. So I got the volume turned down, and I am going to be watching here, so I will try and find your comments. If I don't comment, I will comment later. So again, please share my video, please tell your friends, share some love. Alright, so we're going to be using the Hope and Prayer stamp set. So in here are the really pretty stamps. So I'll just put this on the side and we'll grab them as we need them. So we are going to be using the paper and the envelopes from the, gosh, it was from Celebration, the pool party, soft sea foam. It was the cards and the envelopes. So we're going to be using that. These envelopes were so pretty. So I hope you all had a chance to get them. I do have a couple packs in my stash, so I'm really excited. All right. So in your kits that you received, this was a card class that I had done, and we had this card class in person in my studio, and then I offered it online as well. I do have 2 extra kits, so if you are interested, please let me know. I have all the information attached on this video, so please be sure to check that out. So we're using that cardstock and the envelopes from Celebration. We're also going to be using the silver and gold paper that was in Celebration. I do have quite a bit of that as well. So what we are doing is we took our pool party and we cut that just to basic size. I do have all the instructions in the tutorial, so you have all the measurements there. So you're going to take that and just simply fold that in half, and your card will open just like this. Then I die cut out of the layering circles. We have a large circle, a medium, and a small. So we are going to stamp on the medium and the small. So we will pull out our cross stamp. I'll just put that on there. And I'm going to be using my Knight of Navy. We'll just juice that up. And you might be seeing some of my things upside down. That's just kind of how my camera is going today. And we'll just put that right in the center of the medium circle. So we have that. All right. Then what we will do is, so we'll clean this off. I got my new chamois. This is the first time I'm using it. Took my other one to my studio. I love these things. If you don't have one, you need to get one. They work great. It cleans your stamps and it doesn't leave them wet, so you're ready to use the next color. All right, so we are going to use the Knight of Navy, and I had done this ahead of time, so I will just talk you through how I did this. So I stamped my sentiment, and then what I did to get the speckle effect is I took my marker, my blend pen, just pop it off, and then what you do is you hold the cap and you just take the tip and just flick it. Flick it ever so lightly. And then it gives you all these wonderful sparkles, or sprinkles. Sparkle, sprinkle. Anyway, So that is how we had done that. Now we're going to stamp our dove. So we are going to do that on our small circle. So let me pull out the dove. Put this piece back. And I'm going to do the dove in the soft seafoam. Hi, Scott. Thank you for joining me. All right, so let's juice that up. And then stamp our dove right in the center. Perfect. We'll take this off and get ready for our next step. All right, next we are going to take our paper. We're going to put some adhesive on the back. Layer this right on the center of our card. All right, now we will start layering our circles. So we're going to take our circle that has the silver. You could punch out the gold, you could punch out whatever color you'd like. I'm just going to stick with the silver. And I will layer that right about here. I'm going to lay this one flat as well, the one with the cross. Put that here. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop up my dove. Just going to pull them out. Some leftover on here. We will put that right there. All right, now I'm just simply going to grab some pearls. I have some pearls here. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. This works really, really great. And we're just going to sprinkle a few of these on here. I love this because I don't have to try and grab it with the nails that I don't have. There we go. Just 3. You want to stick with an odd number. The odd number is more eye-appealing. So here is our first card. All right, so let's go on to our second card. Our second card, there was a lot of embossing and die cutting and all kinds of fun stuff. So let me move that. All right. Make sure we got everything. All right, so you have a piece of soft seafoam, and in your kit, I had embossed half of it. I don't think you can really see it on the camera. Oh, here you can kind of see it. So this is the quarter foil. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. But anyways, I did it on one half. I'm just going to fold this in half, just like this. Bone folder, and I don't want to press it down on the embossed side because then it's going to flatten out some of your image, so you want to flip it over. Just going to press that down so you get a nice crisp edge. All right, so then our card will open like a book. Then you have a piece of vellum, and we're going to attach the vellum. Now, when you attach vellum, you can always end up seeing the glue behind it. So in the card that we're making, this middle section will be covered. So we can put as much glue here as we would like. So we're just going to put some here, here, and we'll go right about here. And we'll just lay that right in the center. Now, if you use the Stamp and Seal, you can't, I mean, you can see it, but you can't see it a whole lot. So that's always nice. If you use the plus, you can definitely see it. All right. So then what I did was, we had the designer frames, And I punched out one in the soft seafoam, and then I also did one in white. So we're going to be stamping on our white piece that comes out, and then we're going to use the soft seafoam frame. So let me just move this out of the way. All right, so now we will stamp our sentiment, and I'm going to be using the soft suede. And the stamp I'm going to be using is "You Are in My Prayers." Just need to find that. There we go. Put it right there. Make sure that I've got good ink coverage. And then I'm going to put this at the bottom of the tag. Just like that. See, all clean and dry, ready for the next color. I think they're only like $8. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to break the bank or anything. All right. So then what we will do is we die cut out a circle out of this gold shimmer. Isn't that pretty? So shiny. And I'm just going to lay this flat. Let's go right in here. I'm going to put that right up here. Then, in your kit, you also have a piece of scrap white. And we are going to stamp our cross again. And we're going to be using the soft seafoam, just like we did before. Nice and juicy. It doesn't matter where you stamp, because we are going to, whoop, my glasses. We are going to cut this out. So we're just going to fussy cut. Literally just takes a couple seconds to do this. Super easy. Yeah, so I was saying, I really enjoy this stamp set. You can make so many different cards with it. And the best thing is, I believe the stamp set is only like $19. So it's not even super expensive. You can make a bunch of different cards, and you figure a Hallmark card is what, $6, $7, $8 sometimes? Crazy. And it's just for one card. Well, and I do want to thank the people that came out for my grand opening. I was so happy to see so many customers, so many friends and family. I love it. All right, so I have that. The scrap I'm just going to throw out. All right, so we will take some of our mini dimensionals. Should have some started here. Here we go. Now the minis are nice because you don't have to worry about trying to cut them to make them fit. Get out of there. And just do one in the center. There we go. Then we will take this and put the cross just right in the center. I love that. So you can see how this is gold, and then the ink is the soft suede, and I love how similar in color they are. It kind of looks like you have gold ink. Oh, ink all over my hands now. All right, so then what we will do is we will attach this to our card. So we're just going to lay this flat with our stamp and seal. Right in the center. Just like that. And then we have our frame. So there's a right side and a wrong side on the frame. You want to make sure that you are putting the stickies on the wrong side. And when you see it, you'll definitely know which side is the wrong side. Get that out of here. Alright, just a couple more. Now you could, if you wanted to, take some of these mini dimensionals and cut them and put them along here. You could do that if you want, but for time's sake, I'm not going to do that. Alright, so now we're going to take this and just try and line it up as best as possible. Make sure our frame is not all crazy wonky. So the inside, this white piece, was from the white frame that I had cut out. So in my leftovers, I have a green insert, and then I have a white frame. So I could always use this for the same card, just do it opposite. So always save those extra nice pieces. Those are always nice to have. All right, then we are going to take our soft seafoam ribbon. This is a satin ribbon. And we're just going to tie a bow. Super easy. Everyone knows how to tie their shoes. At least I hope so. Just going to tie a bow. It can be tricky for some. Just a little game of pull and tug here, just to make it so it's nice. Then when you get it how you want, you just trim it off. Then I'm going to grab some mini glue dots, and I'm going to attach that bow to our card. So I'm just going to pick up one or two of these, just like that. And, oops, stuck to my finger. Just put this right here on the side. You can always adjust. Now, I'm also going to add some bling. You have to have some bling. So I'm going to use the iridescent rhinestones. And we're just going to grab a couple of the small ones. Put one there, and where can I put this one? That one there. All right, so here is our second card. I hope you like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's just so shimmery. Love it. Awesome. Okay, so move these out of the way. On to card number 3. See, I told you these cards were going to be quick and easy. We have some pieces here. We have the envelope and the card stock. That was a part of the celebration. Just going to fold that in half. Sharpen down that edge. Press it down. All right, this one is going to open like a book as well. So we have, this is from the, I believe it's the subtle 6x6 paper, the designer paper. So there's different shades of this color, which is pretty cool. So I didn't really care for that one too much. I think I'm going to stick with the dots. So I'm going to put the dots on. I suppose either one works, but. So my sample card, I used a different color. So you'll see that in just a bit. Alright, we're just going to attach this right there. Then we are going to, let's do our stamping first. So we'll pull out our label. Again, this is with that same die set. So when I was doing the die cutting, I thought I could save some time by die cutting 2 pieces of paper at the same time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I had a lot of classes to prep for, so. Alright, so we have our paper. Now we're going to grab our sentiment. And I'm going to use I thank God every time I think of you. I think that's really sweet. grab a block, put it on, and I'm going to use my Evening Evergreen. Well, hello, Linda. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to juice that up. Stamp our sentiment. It's going to go like in the upper middle. I don't know if that's a thing, but just stamp right there, just like that. Clean off the stamp. All right, now I want to dress this up just a little bit. So, let's see if I use this. And I'm going to use the soft sea foam. I probably could have put this down a little lower. That's all right. Right there. All right. So again, I do have 2 of these kits left. If anyone is interested in, you do have the option to get the kit for free. Again, I have all that info attached to this video, so be sure to take a look at that. These are just some really sweet, simple cards. The stamp set is a whole $19. Not super expensive. Sorry, I'm just going through and closing these because I know I'm going to put my arm in it. All right. So then what we're going to do is feed our ribbon through the label and behind the card. Sounds like a lot. So you're just going to put your ribbon in between. And you will take the ribbon and you're going to go top down. Slide that in. And then you're going to go bottom up. Maybe. Come on. There we go. And then, let's see. I will trim my ribbon. Oh, it is loose, but don't worry. We will adjust. So you went top down. It goes underneath the label. And then from the bottom up. Alright, so let's just tie a bow. And don't worry where this ends up. You can always adjust. Tie a bow. Come on. Not the greatest bow, so we will just try and fix that. Trim the edges. Alright, so I know this one looks wonky, but that's alright. Just going to adjust, slide things where we need them. I suppose you could have attached this to the card prior, but this works too. So I'm going to grab some of well, I'm just going to grab 2, so I'll grab 1, and I'm just going to slide it underneath, get it off my finger, and that will hold it there. I'll grab 1 more, 1 more, and then put that under here, and that just helps it stay. That's a little crooked, isn't it? Straighten it out. Perfect. Alright, so then in your kit, you have a little heart, and then you also have these leaves. So this is from the Give It a Whirl, and this is from the, I want to say Flourishing Flowers. I don't remember offhand, sorry. But anyways, it's die cut, it's in your kit. So I'm going to put just a little, you know what, I'm going to use the mini glue dots because I don't want a mess, a sticky mess. Alright, so just grab one of these, put that right in the middle there. grab another one. I use like 3 of them. In the center. And then I have one more. I'm just going to fold this because it's a little narrower here. Right about there. Then we're going to put this towards the top. Isn't that cute? Get my ribbon out from under there. Careful. There. Perfect. Now we have our little heart. And I'm going to put some glue dots on that, or do I want it dimensional? What did I use? I think I used it dimensional. Alright, so here's our dimensional. We'll do 1 and 2. There we go. Put this right in the center here. There we go. And then I'm going to grab a few more of these iridescent rhinestones. Let's see, we'll put one there. And that one in the heart. Let's see how that looks. You can't really see it. So we'll move that off, maybe. And put that there. There we go. So here, come on out of there. There we go. So we have this card. This is the one we just did, and then here's the one I did prior. So I think I like this color combination a little better, but I wanted to see if I could try and use the pool party for one and then soft seafoam for the other. So let me know which one you like better, the pool party or the soft seafoam. Let me know. Oh, and I also used pearls on this one instead of the iridescent. All right, so that's that card. And our last card in your kit. There's a few pieces on this one. Here's some more of that sparkly. We're going to use some vellum. We have that pretty designer paper. All right, so we have our pool party, and I did, or I'm sorry, the soft seafoam, and I did the same thing. I embossed half of the card for you. So in your kit, you have half of it embossed. So we're going to fold it in half, just like we've been doing. Down and get that bone folder out. So here in Wisconsin, we are having some crazy, crazy weather. It gets kind of warm outside. The sun comes out. 2 seconds later, it's cloudy, overcast, and we get snowflakes. Kind of crazy. And it just keeps going back and forth like that all day. All right, so then I do like doing color on color. So if you emboss one piece and have the other piece flat, it just really stands out. So we're going to put our card base on the side. We're going to take our designer paper and put that right down the center. And where's mine? Oh, where is this one? All right, so go down there. Just like that. I do also have some card classes where today is the last day to sign up. So I have a Wonderful World card class. In that card class, you get a full pack of 12 by 12 designer paper. You get the stamp set, and you get to make, I believe we're making 8 different cards. Oh no, 6 cards, and we're going to be making a journal. Super cute. I do have one kit left, so if you're interested in that, let me know. All right, so then we are going to take our shiny, shiny, pretty gold paper, and we're going to put that right in the center. So So if you weren't able to get the Wonderful World stamp set and the Designer Series paper, that's all a part of the Wonderful World card class. And not everyone was able to take advantage of that, because I think that was one of the $100 price points. If you spent $100, you got that for free. That was one of your options. So we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to tie another bow. So it was a limited class, as I only had so many of the Wonderful World stamp sets and paper. So I think I had a total of like 9 or 10, I don't remember. So, but I'm down to 1, so if anybody's looking for it. Alright, so then we're just going to slide the bow over because we want it just to one side. Then we are going to stamp our sentiment on our, I believe I use the Stylish Shapes. We'll put this on a block. I need the little bigger block. Oh, that more in the center. And again, we'll use our soft suede. Juice that up. Stamp right in the center of that circle. There we go. I think we are done with that ink. Alright, so then we will grab some of the regular full-size dimensionals. Just going to grab like 3 of them. Okay, almost there. Alright, then we will take our circle and put this right about here, and then we can always readjust our bow. A little crooked. There we go. And just move our bow over a little bit, just like that. And then nip those ends. I don't like the straight ends. That still looks a little too straight. There we go. And nip this one. Perfect. Right that off. Alright, now we will take this and just put our adhesive on the back and we'll attach it to our card base. It's going to be a little lumpy. There we go. Ooh, super sticky. It's right in the center. These are such great encouragement cards. Love it. So then I had grabbed the vellum, and then I grabbed our punch. This is a dragonfly. So I already punched out one dragonfly and then the little baby dragonfly, and we are going to attach that to our card. So we are going to start with attaching the big one, but before we put the adhesive on, you take your finger and just kind of like you do Christmas ribbon, you're going to kind of make the wings curl up a little bit, just to give it some dimension, a little height. Alright. And I'm going to grab some of these mini glue dots. And put one, I'll probably grab another one. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Alright. So then, we'll put that about here. Alright. So then we also have the little baby one. Look at how tiny he is. And we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to curl up those wings. cover them up on the side. And we're going to grab another one of those mini glue dots. But this time we're going to take the glue dot and you're going to kind of roll it so it goes into like an oval. So it fits right in the center. And then we'll put that so it's like right on the back of the other one. Then we will grab, here we go. We'll grab some pearls. I'm going to put some pearls on his back. Oh, he twisted a little, didn't he? Push him down. There we go. We'll put one there. And one more. So there we go. Here's our last card. All right. So I hope you enjoyed these quick, easy cards. They were a lot of fun. These would be super, super encouraging for someone to receive. You know, at times everybody has a little hard time going through some stuff, so getting a card is always something super awesome. All right, so let me just pull out the cards here so you can take a quick glance of the ones that we did. And there we go. So we have these cards in the kit that I have 2 extra. You get to make a total of 8 cards. The cost of the kit alone is $25. You can get the kit for free if you put in an order of $30. So it's not too bad. Again, the stamp set is the Hope and Prayer, and I believe it's 19. So if you got this and maybe some soft sea foam and the pool party paper, you'd probably be at your limit. So you could get this beautiful card class for free. All right, again, I only have 2 left, so don't wait. Also, on Tuesday, I'm going to be coming on live, and I'm going to be doing my Halloween card class. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you all later. God bless.